Good evening and welcome to Thoroughbred Action from Gulfstream Park. I'm Caton, Bredar, an extremely exciting card on tap. A little bit of a nip and chill in the air, but exciting horse racing. Here are the conditions going into the first race. It's a little windy in South Florida, cool, cloudy, high 60s, firm turf course though, and a fast main track. For the opener, which was 3-year-old filly claimers, 20 down to 18,000, 7/8 of a mile on a fast track. And Glitterette makes her second appearance at the Gulfstream meet. Edith and Bob looks to make it 2 in a row.
And they're off. It's Believe in Sir who's getting out quickly. There goes Gone Clear. Toward the outside, Glitterette is moving up fast. Heading up the chute, it's Gone Clear, and Glitterette will vie for the lead now. Believe in Sir is running in third. Then on the outside, Edith and Bob is now fourth. Yellow Brat fifth toward the inside now and skimming the rail. Then in between horses, it's Amazing Diane, followed closely by Extra Chucker. On the far outside is Ballette. The early trailer is High Swan. Glitterette fighting her way to a short lead through a quarter of 22 4/5 seconds. It's Glitterette in front by a neck. Gone Clear trying to stay with her. Believe in Sir sitting just off the lead, running in third position now. Then on the outside, Ethan Bob now revving up from fourth. Ballette driving hard, 4 lengths from the lead. Amazing Diana's fifth in between horses. Yellow Brat is sixth on the rail, 6 lengths from the lead. Glitterette strong as they make their way toward the quarter pole. Edith and Bob to the attack now. And then it's Believe in Sir. Gone Clear couldn't keep up and drops back at the rail. Amazing Diane swings into action at the top of the stretch. Moving toward the last furlong, here comes Amazing Diane, full of run. Amazing Diane opening up here, leaving Glitterette behind. Believe in Sir third, and Edith and Bob on the outside fourth. It's going to be Amazing Diane, romping by 5 widening lengths at the end.
Steve Dwoskin's known fact filly stumbled last time out at Gulfstream against similar competition. Gets the job done today, though, away from the gate cleanly, and comes home under jockey Shane Sellers for a nice victory here, and is claimed out of that one for $20,000 by Dominic Lucio and Paul Ponzone. Also out of that race, Yellow Brat goes for 20 to M. Finkelstein and Nick Gelati, and Ballette to Bruno Schickedance and James Cheadle. And loose horse, 9-horse, Koich gets loose in a post-braid, quickly recovered, though, in these 4-year-olds and up, 10 down to $9,000 claimers, going 3/4 of a mile.
Here in the gate. And they're off. Tough Sonny bounces out quickly on the lead, but there goes Oh My Blue Boy and Say Sue Says, who now emerges with the lead. Jet Lightning's also up close down inside. Island Prospect is running in fifth. Mr. Rocky is a close sixth. Then it's a break of 3 back to Jeff George now seventh. Rotorua eighth on the outside. Fortunate Tumble ninth. King of Colchis running in 10th, followed by Bright Arrow, and Cooch is the early trailer. Zipping right along, 21 4 for the first quarter. Say Sue Says drilled that fraction there at 3/4 of a length. Oh My Blue Boy pressing, and Mr. Rocky running in third. 2.5 lengths back to Jet Lightning on the outside. Island Prospect has now moved into fourth. Jet Lightning retreats to fifth. Jeff George is sixth, and Tough Sonny is loft ground, now running in seventh. Rotorua is eighth at the quarter pole as Mr. Rocky rolls into the stretch, opening up. Oh My Blue Boy second on the inside. Island Prospect is now coming with his rally on the far outside. Say Sue Says is now wilted back to fourth. Jeff George a distant fifth as Mr. Rocky rolls through the stretch. It's going to be a 4-5 length win here. And then Oh My Blue Boy and Island Prospect. Mr. Rocky does it. Much the best.
A lot of speed on paper, and Early Fires is a speed rider, but this veteran can come from off the pace, too, and does just that on Mr. Rocky for Wham Stable, Linda Van Northwick, and Eddie Pleza. On the grass for the third race, fillies and mares, 1 1/16, a mini stakes race in and of itself. Firm turf course, scratch Ema and 09er. Caress comes off the layoff looking for her 6th consecutive victory.
They're in the gate, and they're off. Caress is going out quickly. Dayflower is some early speed, but she's being wrangled back on the far outside. Elizabeth Bay. And the gray, Good Morning Smile. Moving by us for the first time now, and Elizabeth Bay takes the initiative. Caress settling in a ground-saving position. Dayflower has continued to be gathered back. Good Morning Smile is right alongside her. Then it's Irving's Girl down toward the inside, who had to steady a bit going into the turn. Oldenleck loping alongside that one. Circus Music is conserved at the back of the pack. Into the backstretch now, and a speed duel beginning to develop here between Caress and Elizabeth Bay. Elizabeth Bay short lead, Caress right there with her. Their duel continues to percolate down the backstretch. The quarter in 23 and 4, the half in 48 seconds flat. It's 3 lengths back to Dayflower, who's running along in 3rd position. Good Morning Smiles poised just outside her. Now Circus Music is launching a bid from the back of the pack, drawing within 4 lengths of the lead as they move into the far turn. There goes Circus Music making her move. Irving's Girl down inside, and Oldenleck around the far turn. Elizabeth Bay and Caress have been head-to-head through 3/4 of a mile and 1:12 flat, and they're still that way. And Circus Music draws in closer 3rd. Off the turn and into the stretch, Elizabeth Bay by a neck. Caress right there with her, and those two headlong into the final furlong. Circus Music running 3rd, and Oldenleck with a late move. Now it's Elizabeth Bay turning back the challenge of Caress. Will face a challenge late from Oldenleck, who's flying. Here comes the wire. Elizabeth Bay got there first.
5-year-old daughter, Mr. Prospector. Elizabeth Bay was off since late November, really pumped up and washed out in the paddock, but relaxed just in the nick of time to notch a victory for Darley Stud Management, Billy Mott, and Mike Smith in the irons. Pretty impressive effort there, almost wire to wire. In the 4th race, 4-year-olds and up who've never won one. Mile and a 16th here, a field of 8. We join it in progress. A lot of up-and-comers in here, not a lot of speed, though.
They hit the far turn. It's still Andover Scholar holding a short lead. And now Jose Velez sends Micaray up 3 wide. 5th set is right there, mixing up in between those two. All Alike Dance is running in 4th. L's Big Faith is drawn within 4.5 lengths of the lead. Moving toward the top of the stretch. 5th set emerging with a short lead, but Micaray is right there on the outside. Andover Scholar is faded to 3rd as the field turns for home. Micaray under a full-out drive. 5th set responding at the inside, and those two hit the 8th pole with Micaray in front by a neck. 5th set battling on gamely past the 16th pole. Then farther back, L's Big Faith, but it will be Micaray. Micaray outrunning 5th set to the line, winning it by a length.
Well, there wasn't a lot of pace, a fact easily taken into consideration by Jose Velez Jr., who stays pretty close to the early pace and moves the son of Blood Royal into contention early. Cal Hutt Stables gets the victory there with trainer Alan Seawald in the 2nd attempt here in South Florida. Turf to dirt makes the difference. 5th race on the turf. Fillies and mares who've never won 3 other than Maiden claiming her starter. A mile and an 1/8 on a firm turf course. Duda comes off the layoff for Mott with Smith in the irons. Storm in Sight also comes off a layoff for trainer Rusty Arnold. Teasing Charm looks sharp as well.
And they're off. Mon Germain dwelt at the start and then came out walking. She spotted the field a half a dozen lengths. Making the bend onto the main course now. Christina with the shorter lead. Walk White's Tune streaking toward the front from the outside and quickly assumes the lead and the rail. Walk White's Tune by 2 under the line the first time, taken under a hard hold here. Teasing Charm 2nd now on the outside. Christina running in 3rd. Only Princesses is now 4th. Dahar's Best saving ground in 5th position. And Runaway Grace taken a bit wide going into the turn now 6th. Backgammon Becky 7th and saving ground. Long Gone Blues is 8th. Cut the Pot hard held 9th. And Duda is 10th. About 9 lengths from the front runners. At the back of the pack, Mon Germain and Storm in Sight. Into the backstretch now. Walk White's Tune, free running on the lead. Teasing Charm, unhurried, sitting 2nd. Only Princesses 3rd on the outside. Christina 4th at the rail. Dahar's Best is running in 5th. Backgammon Becky is 6th. Long Gone Blues 7th between horses, followed by Runaway Grace on the outside. And then it's Mon Germain and Cut the Pot. Duda has a lot to do. She only has 1 horse beaten as they move into the far turn. Around the far turn, and Teasing Charm now revving up right to the neck of Walk White's Tune. Those two will come to the top of the stretch together. Only Princesses running in 3rd. Christina toward the inside is now running in 4th position. Long Gone Blues was steadied in behind horses. Dahar's Best is set down for the drive. Coming to the mid-stretch marker, Walk White's Tune trying to fend off Teasing Charm, Walk White's Tune, and Teasing Charm inseparable with the 16th to come. Teasing Charm short lead. Walk White's Tune, it will be Teasing Charm. Teasing Charm to win it, 3/4 of a hard-fought length.
Team Canoni and Stanley Huff's Teasing Charm, a daughter of Skywalker, was so consistent on the grass it was hard not to like her. And Jose Santos is just having a banner meet here. Stanley Huff, the winning trainer. Really exciting 6th race here. Maiden 3-year-olds, 3/4 of a mile. Lots of first-time starters. Gadzuk on the rail gets the money and looks the part with Lasix and Jerry Bailey, a first-time starter by Meadow Lake. From the 2-hole Native Deluxe, son of our native. Eastern Echo has Eastern Danger. Lasix on Sikkim.
They're in the gate. And they're off. There goes Blackball, jumping out to a quick lead. Here comes Gadzuk rushing up on the inside. So the two favorites are head-to-head in the early going, with Boudreaux running in 3rd. Native Deluxe 4th toward the inside. On the far outside, North Bar now moving into 5th. Sikkim is now 6th. Phidias Freeze is 7th. Eastern Danger 8th. Northern King is now 9th. And then it's Elusive Groom and Commemorates Copy. Then a break of 3.5 to Highgate Alleybuck after a quarter of 22 2/5 seconds. And the field hits the far turn. The hot favorite Gadzuk with a short lead now edging away from Blackball, there by 3/4 of a length, with Boudreaux just in behind running 3rd. North Bar is under the whip and running in 4th. Phidias Freeze now making strides on the outside from 5th position, followed by Sikkim at the rail 6th. Gadzuk with a short lead. Blackball trying to get by him. Those two enter the top of the stretch together, with Phidias Freeze now moving into 3rd on the outside, and he continues to close. At the 8th pole, Bailey all over Gadzuk. Gadzuk now under a left-handed whip, still fending off the challenges of Blackball. Phidias Freeze 3rd coming down to the line, and it is Gadzuk. A length and a half. Photo for 2nd, Blackball or Phidias Freeze.
Phidias Freeze, the son of Pentelicus, first-time starter with Lasix and extension blinker, didn't switch leads and made up a ton of ground. Chalked that one up to experience. Also a nice effort from Blackball, another first-time starter by North Prospect. But all eyes on the speedy Gadzuk by Meadow Lake out of Plate Queen. Nice credentials there. And the victory goes to Doozy Stables. Bert Saunier and Jerry Bailey, that one could be a doozy. 7th race, 4-year-olds and up, who've never won 2 other than Maiden claiming her starter. 3/4 of a mile. Turf Star looks to make it 3 in a row.
They're off. Zest Express getting out first. Choices is coming quickly. On the far outside, Trial Team is there. Lake Alley up the backstretch. Choices to the front. Trial Team pressing 2nd. Lake Alley 3rd. Zest Express is 4th. And the favorite Turf Star is 5th in the early going. Then it's Pro Bride running in 6th. Super 25 is now 7th. Sunshine Man, Silver Basket at the back of the pack. Up the backstretch, 1st quarter, 22 1/5 seconds. Trial Team and Choices head-to-head. Turf Star revving up, and there goes Turf Star on the outside. Lake Alley is now running in 4th. Farther back, it's Pro Bride in 5th. Around the far turn, Turf Star makes the lead midway around the far turn. It is Turf Star in front as they approach the top of the stretch. Trial Team now weakening back in 2nd. Lake Alley is 3rd. Pro Bride swings into action as they turn for home. Choices is 5th. Off the turn into the stretch. Turf Star coming to the 8th pole with a 4-length lead. But Pro Bride coming well. 2nd now on the outside. Lake Alley is 3rd. 16th pole. Turf Star still there. Pro Bride farther back. Lake Alley. It will be Turf Star to win it here by 2 lengths on the line. Pro Bride was 2nd and Lake Alley 3rd.
5-Star Stable Incorporated's Turf Star, a son of Bet Twice, is starting to look more and more like a chip off the old block. Was a little inconsistent, but got a layoff and has since gone 3 for 3. Looks better with each start. Christy Chapman's been aboard for the 3 consecutive victories, and Ron McKenzie doing an outstanding job. 8th race, 3-year-olds have never won one other than Maiden claiming her starter. 1 1/8 on a firm turf course, and Cooperstown makes his 2nd appearance off the layoff, coming from the outside post. Blinkers on, I'm all country.
And they're off. Dancing for Beans comes out in mid-pack down toward the inside. Royal Silver is there. On the far outside, it's I'm All Country and Save the Whale. Moving by us for the first time, Save the Whale out for a short lead. Royal Silver second on the inside. I'm All Country coming up and after the lead now. I'm All Country short lead. Save the Whale second on the inside. Dancing for Beans is third. Cooperstown running eagerly fourth on the far outside. Then it's Royal Silver saving ground well in behind the lead, running in fifth position now. 2 lengths back, No Hot Shot sixth. Natstead running in seventh. Shelley Bird eighth on the outside. Then it's Dot Silver Bee running ninth at the rail. A gap of about 5 or 6 lengths back to Time to Dine. And favored Stella's Magenta is second to last. The trailer is Mighty Tomba. The half went in 47 and 3/5 seconds. Legitimate fractions here. There goes Cooperstown now, coming up to engage I'm All Country. I'm All Country by a head. Cooperstown right there. Save the Whale. Dancing for Beans now running fourth. Shelley Bird on the far outside. No Hot Shot is sixth between horses. Royal Silver is a close seventh, only 5 lengths from the lead. And then it's Natstead, followed by Dot Silver Bee. Stella's Magenta still 10 lengths behind as they round the far turn. Cooperstown assuming the lead as they move toward the top of the stretch now. No Hot Shot to the attack, second on the outside. Dancing for Beans right there now, running in third position as the field turns for home. No Hot Shot on the outside. Cooperstown toward the inside. Royal Silver is right there in behind the lead now. And then it's Dot Silver Bee, and on the far outside, Natstead. 4 of them entering mid-stretch together. Here's Natstead now roused to a short lead. It's Natstead, No Hot Shot. Royal Silver toward the inside under the line. Natstead the winner, going away at the end.
A fan remarked that Dave Penna's a riding fool on the turf. I don't know if that's true, but I know it was a fool that missed it. Dave Penna showing some confidence on the Son of Real Courage. Second start on the grass, a victory for Johnson and Stanley Huff. Back with the featured Olympic handicap, and the fans have come from near and far. They're on the backstretch. They line the apron. They're everywhere to see Holy Bull. Lasix on Hudson Bay. Just watch this one.
And they're off. Dusty Screen got out first. Patton broke well. Holy Bull was off just a beat slow. Heading up the chute, and Dusty Screen is the surprise pacemaker. Patton second on the inside. Holy Bull right there, though, with the pacemakers on the outside. 4.5 lengths back. And Bird on the Wire will run in fourth position in the early going. Hudson Bay and Lynn's Notebook. Dusty Screen for the opening quarter, 22 and 3/5 seconds. With Holy Bull sitting off him now. Patton is dropping off a bit, now in third position. Long striding, late running. Bird on the Wire is 7 lengths from the lead. The surprise pacemaker, Dusty Screen. The champion, Holy Bull, just off his flank. And he's right there now, and he's beginning to move with 3 furlongs to go. They ran a half in 45 and 1/5 seconds. Patton is working hard to keep up. Bird on the Wire launching his bid. Holy Bull seizes the lead at the quarter pole. Holy Bull in front by a head. But there will be a fresh challenge coming from Bird on the Wire on the outside. Patton is just in behind the lead. Dusty Screen is thrown in the towel. Mike Smith hand riding Holy Bull. Bird on the Wire right at his flank, but he can't get to him yet. Smith goes to work on the champ, and the champ is responding. Holy Bull returns to the races with a victory here in 1995. He won by 2 and 1.
In a word, incredible. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like it. The enthusiasm of the fans, the effort of the bull, the nice efforts from the challengers. I have to give credit to Bird on the Wire. A really strong effort. In any other field, it would have been a winning one. But this time around, once again, the moment belongs to Jimmy Kroll, Mike Smith, and Holy Bull. Hard act to follow, but the 10th race, a mile and a 16th. Nice, tough allowance horses in this one. Lasix on Famous Fan.
They're in the gate. And they're off. Cigar came out in tight quarters. There's John Ryder on the inside. On the far outside, Marco Bay, Famous Fan, and Cigar now bulling his way on through. They hit the first turn. John Ryder, Cigar, and Marco Bay. Famous Fan, the gray, fourth on the outside. Van Deventer has come out running in fifth. Then it's Chasing the Gold, upping the ante. And Come On Flip. Around the first turn, Cigar and John Ryder together through a quarter of 23 and 1/5 seconds with Marco Bay in close attendance. And Famous Fan sitting just off the lead and well in hand running in fourth. And a break of 3.5 to Chasing the Gold, who takes the 5th spot now. Van Deventer retreats to 6th, upping the ante, and Come On Flip are the trailers. They continue their run down the backstretch. Cigar, short lead. Marco Bay right there with them now. The half, 46 4/5 seconds. At the half-mile pole, the big favorite, Cigar, has a short lead. Marco Bay is a strong second. John Ryder back running in third. Chasing Gold now on the move, fourth on the outside. Famous Fan is called on for a bit more run. Upping the ante now gets in gear. It's still Cigar showing the way around the far turn. Marco Bay took a run at him, but now Marco Bay drops back. Here comes Upping the Ante on the outside. Chasing the Gold is right there. John Ryder's fourth as the field turns for home. It's Cigar, confidently ridden into the stretch, the leader by a length. Upping the Ante, trying to get to Cigar as they come to mid-stretch. Now Jerry Bailey getting into Cigar. A stiff test here from Upping the Ante. Cigar is full out, trying to hold off Upping the Ante, and Cigar digs down, and he's going to do it. Cigar, a 2-length winner. Upping the Ante second, 6 lengths to Chasing Gold third.
Well, the fans bet him down to almost as heavy a favorite as Holy Bull, and maybe they're right. Maybe he is another Holy Bull. Cigar comes off the layoff for Alan Paulson, trainer Billy Mott, and Jerry Bailey, and picks up right where he left off with that victory in the Naira Mile last time out. The Son of Palace Music looks bigger and better than ever. And the Nightcap moves to the turf. It's the Nightcap Marathon, 1.5 miles on the grass. 40 down to $35,000 claimers. First-time Lasix on Leningrad Symphony.
And they're off. It's Bench Warrant who gets out first. Wine Prince moving second on the outside. Bench Warrant the leader. Wine Prince now looking for the lead. 2.5 lengths back. And Branger now moves into third. Wild Forest is fourth on the outside. And down on the rail, it's Bruce Watkin who settles in fifth. Leningrad Symphony is 3 wide, running in sixth as they move into the first turn. Boss Man Jared is now seventh, and his turn to win is eighth and gaining ground on the inside. Ozama is a hard-held ninth. Buray is 10th by 2. Then it's Crystal Moment, and Big Seducer will be the early trailer. Up front here, it's Wine Prince and Bench Warrant, and those two now going out together. They're opening up on the field. It's 5 lengths. And on the outside, Wild Forest running third. To his inside, Branger is now fourth. Leningrad Symphony is settled down now in fifth position on the outside. His turn to win has taken a spot at the rail and is moving comfortably about 7 or 8 lengths from the lead. And then it's Bruce Watkin in between horses. On the outside, Boss Man Jarrett, and they're followed by Buray, who's saving ground toward the inside. Ozama will be taken 5 wide into the second turn. Crystal Moment and Big Seducer, a tight pack. The 3/4 mark was 1 minute and 14 seconds flat. The fraction's honest enough as they begin their run into the backstretch now. Wine Prince and Bench Warrant have been 1-2 the whole way. Leningrad Symphony has made steady progress on the outside. His turn to win has had a good trip, and he's right there now in behind the lead, running third. Leningrad Symphony is fourth on the outside. Then Ozama comes next, and Ozama moving toward the lead about 4 lengths from the front now. He's 4 wide, followed by Boss Man Jarrett 3 wide. In between horses, Wild Forest, Buray down on the inside, but he'll need some running room. 5 lengths from the front as they enter the final turn. Bench Warrant, Wine Prince, still 1-2. Leningrad Symphony right there with them. His turn to win, waiting for the stretch drive now, and he's coming out for running room as they move toward the top of the stretch. Ozama will be fanned wide. Crystal Moment coming like a shot on the far outside. They're off the turn and into the stretch. It's Ozama. His turn to win his running room now. Down inside, Bench Warrant. Wine Prince has given it up. Crystal Moment continues a charge down the center of the course. Bench Warrant, his turn to win, inseparable as they come down to the line. Crystal Moment flying on the outside. His turn to win. Crystal Moment, here's the line. His turn to win narrowly. It was a hard charging Crystal Moment.
Oh, you got to hand it to the 10-year-old. Crystal Moment with a rough trip from the back of the pack comes flying, just falls short of his turn to win. Paula Tucker and John Frank's son of Arctic Turn moves to the 1.5-mile distance. First time for the 5-year-old Ben Perkins and Dave Penna in the winner's circle. Well, another exciting day history here at Gulfstream, but more tomorrow, 1 o'clock post time, and join us tomorrow night at 6:30 p.m. for more Thoroughbred action. In the meantime, from Gulfstream, this is Caton Bredar saying good night.